Game number 3 is getting underway right now, though. We're going to see what adjustments they've made, but Kranich looking poised to take this match. He's on match point for 3 straight games.
Yeah, great spot here for him, and he really needs this win, too. It'll put him into, ooh, look at the mix-up we got going here.
Yeah, Kranich, you know, we saw it in the Paladin deck having his own little touches on it. There has to be something in this Warrior deck that he's brought.
Yeah, I mean, it's Grim Patron, and earlier in the season when we saw him play it, he had a Nat Pagel in it.
He certainly did. Green Sheep actually ignored it. It drew him 4 cards.
Yeah, it drew at least 3. He was catching a lot of fish.
It's tough to beat Pagel when he's on. When he's on for the day, he's on for the day.
And Kranich's going to keep all the weapons in his hand here against this the Hunter matchup.
Yeah,
actually a good hand here. Great curve.
Yeah, can't blame him for this one either. You know, he needs to take care of the early minions and stifle the pressure. If that gets out of control, he's not recovering the game.
Yeah, he's never going to recover the game anyway. So look for him to take a lot of damage here early with his face, taking care of these minions and weapons. But he's going to be drawing cards along the way. You know, he's got a Gnomish Inventor. He's got an Acolyte of Pain. So a lot of his setup for this matchup already in place.
Yeah, I like the Fiery War Axe here on turn 2 as well. He has the Acolyte of Pain on turn 3. It doesn't want to have to play this later on in the game.
Well, there's something to be said, you know, you could armor up to get the 2 life into Acolyte of Pain into Death Spite, you know, because it's something you're going to want to get. If he had more combo pieces in his hand, I think there's, you know, at least an argument for armoring up.
He even swings to face one time with it, and I think this is a big idea that he knows he's going to be replacing this often on turn 4.
Look at Kaldi's face. He's like, why didn't you just attack me? I'm so confused.
Well, this is why he attacked him right here. Was this Acolyte of Pain on turn 3? Kaldi is he's confused. Kaldi, I don't think Kaldi's ever attacked face with a Fiery War Axe on turn 2.
Yeah, there's no way that's ever happened with Kaldi.
He's bewildered.
Yeah.
And he can't believe it.
This is what Kranich does to you too. I love this about this guy. You know, and the thing is, you know, people, you know, talk, they're like, oh, he's kind of crazy. He plays weird decks, weird cards, and plays strange. If you watch him play, he actually plays really well.
Like, no, yeah, I totally agree with you. It's just, it's a different take. Again, there's not really a right or wrong way to play Hearthstone. I take it back. There is a very wrong way to play Hearthstone, but from a competitive aspect. But there's a lot of different kinds of right ways.
Yeah,
and some are more right than others.
Yeah, Kranich shows you a lot of different ones, and I mean, who's to say Kranich isn't just going to Death Spite and go face here?
Well, I fully expect him to go face if he's going to play Death Spite attack.
Upstairs. You know, if I'm Kaldi, is he playing Face Warrior?
You got to be a little bit worried about what's happening because the beats have been coming.
Yeah, is he just playing Face Warrior on me? Did he get Purple's deck list?
Well, I can tell you that Pilot Shredder after a Death Spite is where you want to be with this deck because it means that extra minion's not getting damage out of it. And
Kranich's starting to pick up some of the pieces he needs here as well.
We've seen some massive drops so far. Imagine if Millhouse gets dropped right here.
Be like the 3rd time in 2 days, man. He just wants to get on the show.
I don't want to imagine that.
Yeah, I know. Now, if you're Kranich, what do you do this turn? Because you have to start to slow down, right?
It's a tough spot. I mean, clearly you don't want to necessarily attack the Piloted Shredder here, but you're kind of forced into it. And so in this spot, he just conserves his card draw. That Pagel!
What's it doing on the other side of the board, though?
Kranich
is looking at him. He's like, "You traitor!"
It's doing anything it can to try to get into the game.
Oh, and of course, it doesn't catch a fish.
It's not going to catch it. It's not Kranich's Pagel.
Yeah, it only catches for Kranich. He's the master fisherman.
Well, what he's about to catch here is 6 damage to the face with this Savannah Highmane. That's not really what you want to be catching, and it doesn't have an answer to it at the moment either. This is looking pretty brutal.
You just know Kranich is looking at Pagel, but he's just like, why? You're supposed to be over here.
Hey,
what are you doing over there?
If he doesn't draw a card, I think he's totally fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kaldi wasn't very happy about it. He didn't want to get a 0-power minion.
Yeah,
he's got all the cards he needs in his hand.
For sure.
Ooh, Emperor might be able to unlock some stuff, but is Kranich going to live long enough?
Exactly. I don't think he has the time for it.
Oh, look at Kaldi. He's fishing.
Love it. This is the Kaldi.
Yeah, ever the showman, yeah.
This is the Kaldi I want back, where it puts on the shades.
Oh, the shades. God. Probably my favorite moment in HPL so far.
This Animal Companion, pretty darn important. I think Misha's enough to get the job done here.
Yeah, you can see the smile on Kaldi's face. He's pretty sure he has this game won.
Well, the Freezing Trap draw was just so massive. He's actually, I feel like he's really debating whether or not the Freezing Trap is better or worse than just pushing 6 damage to face and then hero powering.
Yeah, I would just 6 power. I mean, I would just attack and hero power here. But do you think Kaldi's ever been fishing before?
Oh, yeah, Nat Pagel was...
No,
you mean in real life?
Yeah, in real life,
I don't know what that is, man. Nobody goes in real life. because the sun's shining, and that's not going to stop me from coming inside and playing video games.
Kranich goes fishing all the time. He just casts Nat Packle on turn 2 just very regularly.
This is a tough situation to get out of. Whirlwind was a pretty darn excellent draw, though.
Okay. I was going to say he could use an execute here.
Wow, what a pickup.
Now he just snaps off execute on Nat Packle, right?
No, he does not. That's the last place this one's headed.
Battle Rage's a little late here, too. He could have gotten an extra card.
Taking his time on his turns. I actually like to see Kranich slowing down a lot, too.
He wants to get this Emperor in play, but he just can't do it this turn.
Yeah.
Armor Smith a pretty good one, too. Dread Corsair great as well. Kranich getting some good cards here, getting back in this game.
That's actually the second Dread Corsair we've seen tonight, too. This was a card that had largely seemed to rotate out of these decks.
Yeah, it seemed to have fallen out of favor, but, you know, in some of these matchups, man, that free 3/3 taunt minion, hard to argue with.
Look at that. Second pull for Kaldi. And Hunter drawing extra cards is so dangerous. It's like, it already feels like they're so good without ever drawing a card. Imagine what it's like when they draw 2 extra.
I remember when Flare was 1 mana and they would just be like flaring on the turn where they need to find something to kill you. It seems like they would always draw the card they need.
I don't even want to talk about Starving Buzzer right now.
Oh, yeah.
That was the nightmare. And this Houndmaster really putting a big dent in this board.
Yeah, for all you guys who've only been into Hearthstone for the last couple of months, you know, back in my day, the Hunter decks had more card draw than anyone else.
Back in my day.
Yeah.
You know, I remember in 2014.
Starving Buzzard and Unleash the Hounds, man, it was the nightmare. You'd wake up in cold sweats.
There's only 4 mana back then.
Yeah, you just wake up in cold sweats.
Now, the Freezing Trap does do quite a bit of work to shut off a lot of what Kranich could have potentially done this turn.
Yeah, and those aggressive uses of weapons earlier, he just had to do it to stay alive. He's not going to be able to get this Dread Corsair into play for free. He's going to have to pay full retail for that one, Nathan.
And then Kaldi's got over 15 damage in his hand. I don't know if Kranich is getting out of this one. It looks like we're headed to game 5. I'm sorry, to game number 3, 4. I can't count today. I sound like an idiot.
I could debate that one, but
yeah, I think he's just got to Emperor Thorus on and armor up and hope for the best.
yeah, he's got to hope and pray for the best here.
If the hand gets unlocked here, maybe he can turn this around. But
yeah, you know, if he gets like a Whirlwind or anything like that, he can really go off next turn and even through a secret and possibly win. Oh, Kaldi's trying to fish. Yeah. He wants another one. Oh, got one.
There you go. Why not? 3 extra cards this game.
I like seeing this from Kaldi. This is what I want to see this from Kranich as well. Let's see some laughing. Let's see some fun.
I think actually he needs a juggle to end this game. 1, 2, 3, 4. He actually doesn't have the mana to end it if he goes for the juggler either.
I mean, yeah, he might not be able to actually end the game this second. But I mean, you know, if you put Kranich down to like 1 or 2, can Kranich actually win from here?
It's a pretty rocky road.
Yeah, I mean, because he's got a Freezing Trap set up.
Yeah.
This would be sweet with you had the snipe here. Actually, you could just kind of lock the game up.
I mean, that's one of the reasons it was in that deck, was just to offset those tempo turns.
Now, another thing he could do here is he could set up Knife Juggler and Snake Trap and then push for a ton of damage here, to where if any of his minions get attacked, the Snake Trap is going to just fire off a ton of knives.
Yeah, he's gonna hope to pick off this this Emperor with a knife. Upstairs, and this is trading with the Emperor. He's not gonna
excuse me, the Emperor has a hammer, not a knife.
And I don't know if Kranich can get out of this one. Maybe Whirlwind can do something.
All right, let's start counting here because we've got a lot to do. We got a Warsong Commander for 2. Make a Grim Patron. Inner Rage it.
I mean, he's got to go for it.
He might be able to clear the whole board and just hope there's no more burn left.
I think that's his best chance.
Yeah, he even has a Dread Corsair here if he needs to have a Taunter as well.
Doesn't have the mana to play it anymore though after that Whirlwind.
Yeah, after the Whirlwind doesn't have it. Yeah, gets the armor up. You know.
So there's the Freezing Trap.
Yeah,
and again, able to clear this board, and he's at 8. So there actually is some kind of light at the end of this tunnel. You know, despite the fact that Kaldi's drawn 3 extra cards, not totally out of this game.
Yeah, I mean, he needs.
Just keep going, Matt Pat. Slow down, buddy.
Yeah, he's been drawing way too many. Oh, there's a beast.
5, 6, 7.
He has 7. So that would make Kranich go to 1 here. Well, do you just play the Knife Juggler here? Play the Knife Juggler, right?
If he's going to Iron Beak Owl, I think he's just adding Dr. Boom behind this.
Well, if you play the Knife Juggler and you Iron Beak out and it goes to face, you can kill him, right? That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you have exactly enough.
But is that 50% chance to kill him his turn? Is that more secure than Dr. Boom?
You get to silence the Warsong Commander, too. So, like, it's very unlikely that you die coming back.
The silence is happening no matter what.
Right.
That's what I think.
If you're going to silence the Warsong Commander, I think you just go for the win here and you just play the Knife Juggler. I mean,
I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, I think that having Dr. Boom on the board could potentially yield a greater than 50% win rate in this spot.
I mean,
I'm not saying that
even if you miss, you're still at well over 50% to win this game, right?
Which is the benefit of
this. All right, if this knife goes upstairs, this game is over.
A 50% chance to end this turn, and it hits the Warsong Commander instead. So Snake Trap and nope, he's gonna Hero Power instead. Kranich, I mean, maybe this is another small window of opportunity. If he'd have drawn a Warsong Commander there. Wait, actually, he can return the Warsong Commander with the Freezing Trap and then keep going.
Does he have enough mana for that, though? He have to pay 3.
Well, he's got to play this in the right order, and that's not the right order. Oh, he expected it to be Snake Trap, I think. And he was trying to get the juggles onto the Grim Patron.
Yeah, he was playing around Snake Trap. That's actually a pretty good play.
But actually,
that
still doesn't accomplish the same goal, though. I think this is just a flat-out sequencing error from Kranich.
Oh, you think so? You don't think playing around Snake Trap?
Well, if he returns the Warsong Commander first and then plays the Grim Patron afterwards, he can actually just clear the board. Still actually does get to clear the board, though. That's you know, the inner rage is really I actually wasn't paying much attention to the inner rage, so does still have a catalyst to this position. And Houndmaster, not enough to push through the damage this turn, and now Kaldi's, he's back in that spot where he doesn't have the damage. I mean, this is the kind of situation I'm looking at where maybe having a Dr. Boom on board was better.
Game's been insane.
I mean, Kaldi's got to be worried right now.
How often do you see Hunter draw that many extra cards and not find a way to end this game?
We saw it yesterday too, Zalay. He picked up 7 off of Harrison Jones. Had to clear the board instead.
Yeah, he was in a little bit worse of a spot, but still, 7 cards as a Hunter with that much mana too. I think he was at 9 or 10 already.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see Kaldi's not joking around anymore. Yeah, he's not laughing anymore.
I think honestly he's got to taunt at this my X now. And just hope things roll his way from there. You know, the Dr. Boom is basically off limits at this point. He's gonna Hero Power instead. If Kranich picks up some real cards here, this could still easily turn around.
All right, so he get Notion Inventor for a card here. What does he get that kills Kaldi this turn? I don't think he can, right? Even if he picks up a Frothing Berserker?
To me, it looks like Shield Block's going to kill Kaldi this turn. That's what Armor Smith.
Oh wow.
I mean, this is potentially happening.
Oh wow. Kranich might be doing it.
Red Corsair's hitting the board. I think he's got his eyes set on that armor total. Wow, Kranich, I cannot believe that he is back in this game. He's going up to 7, going up to 8.
I mean, he even gets in some damage here.
I mean, Kaldi does not have 8 damage next turn, no matter what he draws.
Okay, so there's 7 damage, and he can make the web spinner have taunt as well. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I mean, oh, jeez.
Kaldi, I think he's kind of like realizing that this game might have snowballed a little bit out of control. He knows that Kranich has a 7-mana Grim Patron in his hand too. What a recovery from Kranich in this game.
Yeah, is he going to use his kill command defensively here on the Warsong Commander?
Can you just leave it alive?
Well, there's another one in Kranich's hand too now.
Exactly. Yeah. Like this is, Kranich has clawed his way back into this game. This is unbelievable to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, if enough Grim Patrons get made here, the game's over. Like, say these Boombots are hitting Grim Patron for 1.
Now, do you take that risk, or do you just like play really safe here where you can go like No Mission Inventor, draw a card, you can Warsaw Commander, you could run the Unstable Ghoul into the Dr. Boom and get a ton of armor?
I think you go for the Grim Patrons, honestly. He is gonna search for something. He's gonna like execute. Has to be. Oh my goodness.
He's 1 short of playing both of them though. He can't Whirlwind and Frothing Berserker.
1, 2.
You can't Unstable Ghoul and Frothing
5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage is the most he can get out of this Frothing Berserker right now.
I need that calculator from yesterday.
Yeah, that's infinite. I mean, is Kaldi going to be able to overcome the armor total here, though?
I don't know.
And Kranich clearly has his sights set on clearing this whole board. Damage, a little bit of damage going upstairs. Kaldi needs some great rolls on these boom bots right now, and he just uses kill command, so his reach is basically dead. Killing the Warsong Commander, super important in this one, but now Kranich is back at 16.
I'll say Savannah High Main.
Oh my gosh, what a huge draw at this point. 8 points of power and 7 points of health, and it's taunted. That's the nightmare situation, I think, for Kranich. I mean, he has to have execute right here.
Yeah, another Frothing Berserker, not going to get it done. And he's actually going to be able to have lethal here in the next turn. Or not lethal, I'm sorry, it's 12, 14, yeah, he's going to be 1 short here. A little short.
And Kranich, he's got to keep these Frothing Berserkers as high as a total as he can. He's forced to make this sacrifice. And Kaldi, despite the fact that Kranich was able to claw back into this one, now, I mean, he's looking like he's in a winning position for this game.
Yeah, he can push for a lot of damage to the Savannah Hyman here, and then use this Talent Master to take care of one of these Frothing Berserkers, and you got to feel like he feels like he's really safe there. Or does he have to play around Execute and take care of both of them?
Oh, Lotheb is going to have something to say about this. I think he's got to clear out these Frothing Berserkers. This is the last of Kranich's damage.
Yeah, if he's been paying attention, he knows all he has is that 7 mana Grim Patron in his hand. And that these are both of the Frothing Berserkers, so Kranich is actually out of damage. Both the Warsaw Commanders are gone too. Yeah, you definitely just attack here, the Frothing Berserkers.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, you definitely attack the Frothing Berserkers for sure here. Oh, there we go. For a second there, I thought, with the animation that he had gone upstairs.
Yeah, you can have all the armor you want at this point, but you're sitting under Lotheb. You're at 19, sure, but 7 mana slam is not really what he's looking for right now. Oh gosh, this is so gross. I think he's just got to hold on here.
Yeah, I think he's going to hold both so he can slam his own Patron next turn, but Kranich is actually going to take care of this here. He's going to do what he can.
Now he's about to get some bad news. This is Snake Trap, and then can no longer attack him for the rest of the game, basically.
All right, Kaldi's got 12 here. You'll probably see him actually just clean up this Armor Smith as well.
Yeah, no reason not to. You also get an extra beast.
We've seen a lot of snap jaws here lately as well.
2-7. It's going to be enough to get the job done this turn. Again, no Warsong Commanders in Kranich's deck. Is there a way he climbs back out of this now? I mean,
No,
he made the first recovery.
No, he's drawn dead. He's out of both Frothing Berserkers. I think that's the last Grim Patron in his hand, right? I mean, with the no Warsong Commanders, it doesn't even matter anymore, right?
I think so. I don't see him making the recovery here. How different would this game have been if he'd have gone for the Grim Patron into the boom bots?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many different plays these players could have made this game.
And almost out of cards. I mean, with 1 card left, he has no way to continuously activate this Grim Patron. However, what is funny, though, is that Kaldi can't just attack this and kill it. He can never actually kill the Grim Patrons.
He has no 3-power minion here.
The pressure, I think, is just going to amount too much. And again, Kranich moving into fatigue. What could his last card be to actually win this game?
This is Kranich, though. Literal anything could be in this deck.
Gorehel? I think Gorehel might have been able to do it.
Oh, yeah, Gorehel would have done it, yeah.
Yeah, Gorehel was his only out, and instead it's the second Death Bite. So Kranich clawing back into this game as much as he can, but at the end of the day, just not enough. Yeah. Kaldi, the extra cards from Nat Pagel actually pretty darn crucial in this one, because without them, he would have fallen out of the card race.
Well, hold on. Oh yeah, it doesn't have charge anymore. Yeah, this game's been so crazy back and forth.
I always feel like Grim Patrons have charge.
He just draws Harrison instead. Anyway.
Yeah, game go over Kaldi, forcing a game number 4 here. And again, I feel like Kranich should have gone on those boom bots. I think he should have gone with Grim Patron there.
Yeah, Kaldi kind of messing with Kranich here a little bit.
Why not? I mean, after how tense that game was, this is what you should be doing. You should be trying to rattle his cage a little bit. You have to claw back.
Yeah, rattle his cage a little bit, and kind of give yourself that that good feeling. It always feels good to beat him a little bit.
Yep. Just go ahead. Quick shot your strong, just in case he didn't have enough mana, or just in case he didn't have enough damage.
It's funny. This turn's gonna take an extra 3 minutes because of all the animations.
Quick shot my own Harrison Jones, and then kill command his own face here. Then he dies to fatigue. Oh gosh, what a setup from Kaldi. Love to see it. And Kranich, once again, man, it's got to feel bad. He was so close to taking over a position that looked I mean, I thought this was unwinnable for Kranich.